Is there ever a quiet day at Tottenham during the transfer window? Of course not. Welcome back to the channel and to another edition of the Daily Tottenham News Headlines. Pedro Porro has come out and said on winning the Europa League, it's more than 40 years since a European trophy. People's reaction was lovely. When you get on the bus, you go around London, you feel and you get a feel for how important it is. You change families' lives. They had suffered, we had suffered too, inside, day by day. It's not just that Spurs' season has been mostly awful, or that they hadn't won for almost 2 decades. It was that they had become a kind of running joke, a meme. That's just like people's opinion. Of course, that reaches you, but we didn't care. Actually, in fact, I would say thanks to them because it can be an extra motivation, petrol to fuel you. And we won. Let them talk and do all the memes they want now. Porro goes on to talk about Ange Postecoglou. Him continuing would be good for the dressing room. He's built a very good group and coaches also need time. In the league, things didn't go well, but he makes you win a trophy. That's important too. The people in the dressing room with weight have to understand that. I'm not going to lie, it did impact me to see a lot of people that were going to sack him, to be honest. I'm very close to him. He's been an important coach for me, and it's thanks to him that I've brought out my best football in these 2 years. It's complicated because in football in general, things don't always depend on you. But honestly, in the team, I think, in my opinion, we're happy with him. Kevin Danso on being at Tottenham, he said, I love it. I feel good. I always give my all. The fans love me. Of course, the competition is fierce. That's normal at such a big club. I only arrived in the winter, but I'll fight for the badge. The Athletic report that Ange Postecoglou will focus on recruiting experience should he remain as the Tottenham Hotspur head coach. Spurs have made an inquiry for Johan Wissa in January, but Brentford were unwilling to sell him mid-season. The forward now only has 1 year remaining on his contract, although Brentford have the option to extend it by a further 12 months. The Mail report that Tottenham want in excess of £60 million to entertain letting Christian Romero leave the club. And the Telegraph are reporting that Tottenham Hotspur captain Heung-Min could be another high-profile departure this summer as the club seek to generate transfer funds and reshape their squad ahead of a return to the Champions League next season. There is an opportunity for Spurs to generate a fee for Son, 32, who lifted the Europa League trophy in Bilbao last month. He has 1 year left on his existing contract after the club triggered an option for another year this January. Saudi Pro League clubs have long been interested in Son, a recognisable world star with a major following in Asia as well as Europe. Well, here's my thoughts on all those stories. Porro coming out and basically speaking a hell of a lot of love for Ange Postecoglou. He's not the first player to do this. Many players have come out in support of our manager, and he's just the next one in a long line of them, as I say. It seems like Postecoglou really has got the support of a lot of the players, and I do worry. I really do worry if we were to let him go, how that would affect the dressing room, and I would hope that that is the sort of thing being discussed in the boardroom at Tottenham Hotspur. So much going on behind the scenes at Spurs. We just want clarity. Said it a few times now. We just want clarity. We want to know what's going on because we're being left behind in the transfer market a little bit. Some teams are making big moves, trying to get in big players. You've seen the links to Mbeumo for Manchester United, and obviously United buying Cunha. Other players being linked with other clubs that Spurs have also been linked with. So we need to really get that sorted. Danso coming out. I really like Kevin Danso. He seems to really be enjoying life at Tottenham Hotspur, and really good to see him that's settling in. And he's been here 6 months and he's won a trophy. I mean, how good is that? The Athletic reporting on Postecoglou, if he stays, will be focusing on recruiting experience. Yep, absolutely. We all want to see that. We all know that we need experienced players now to bulk out this squad. Desperate need of them. We need to make moves in this transfer window. Not sure about Wissa. I know we went in for him in January, or certainly linked to him. He's decent, but he's not really a game changer for me. Good player, but does he get in the team ahead of Solanke? Probably not. We want people that are really going to challenge all over the park. The Mail saying Christian Romero 60 million minimum. I'd put that a bit higher, to be honest with you. 60 million for Romero. I don't know. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Is that a good price for Romero? To be honest, that final performance alone shows me how much he is worth to Tottenham. And if his future is linked to Ange Postecoglou, I hope the club are thinking about that. Finally, the Telegraph reporting about Sonny possibly leaving and going to Saudi. Or, as I've said before, I don't want to see Sonny stay another year. I want to see him one last hurrah in that Champions League for Tottenham. I'd really want to see Sonny stay. I know that they say about getting the money in for him, but like he's shown, Bruno Fernandes was offered silly money and he hasn't gone. So I don't know Sonny personally, obviously, but I know he loves being at Tottenham, and you'd think that Sonny will want to see one more year out at Tottenham in the Champions League and see how we get on. But let's see how that goes. I hope this isn't true. I hope Sonny stays. And as I say, leads us into that Champions League campaign next season. That's all from me for now. Hope you've enjoyed it. Get down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on all these stories. Come on, you Spurs.